When Jason and Philippa met, they knew they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together.
He just seemed like the perfect guy for me.
It was meant to be, you know.
After a whirlwind romance, they're ditching their high-flying jobs in Aberdeen's oil industry for a new life together in France's spectacular Loire Valley. And when they saw this amazing chateau, it was love at first sight all over again.
Felt like I was in a dreamland, really, when I saw this place.
But transforming the chateau into a dream home and upmarket B&B is a massive gamble.
My blood pressure's gone up because I'm 24/7 at work.
With a tight budget and no building experience, Jason and Philippa put their relationship to the ultimate test.
It's like prisoner cell blockade.
And to cap it all, they've just 6 months before their first guests arrive. I can't see how you can finish this. I can't. Just imagine if you could turn your back on the fight up the career ladder and leave the rat race behind for one of the most beautiful houses imaginable, set in the most spectacular countryside, somewhere you could live as if you're on holiday for the rest of your life. What if you could live here? The imposing 20-room Chateau de Charlie was built in 1839 and comes with 2 huge farmhouses, stables and barns. It's a far cry from their previous homes in Aberdeen. Set in 25 acres of rolling countryside, it's near the small town of Bourges in the Loire Valley, 80 miles south of Paris. Hi Jason.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi Philippa, how are you?
Hiya.
What a fantastic house. Should we go and have a look?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This is just absolutely beautiful, isn't it? You must be thrilled with this.
No, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, we saw the place the first time and walked in here, and I mean, that was it. It was just love at first sight.
It's absolutely wonderful. Should we go and have a look upstairs? Because this is just the most stunning staircase you could ever imagine. And this is where most of the work's going to be.
This is it, and the top floor is where pretty much most of my time was spent.
Yeah. The first thing that hits me about the property is its sheer scale. Each floor is the size of 2 4-bedroom houses. The rooms are vast, with amazing 15-foot high ceilings. From the 170-year-old oak staircase to the original marble fireplaces, the chateau is full of exquisite period features. So you've got this fantastic building, these beautiful grounds. What do you plan to do here?
I want to set up a luxury B&B, a piece of paradise for somebody from the UK, the Netherlands, anywhere in the world to come here and stop and have a luxury break.
The house is massive, so there are going to be great big rooms, lovely bathrooms.
A place where people will go, wow, I mean, just remember it for the rest of their lives,
Jason and Philippa sold their separate homes in Scotland, their cars, and used up all their savings to be able to afford the chateau's £600,000 price tag.
If you're on the outside of it, it might seem like quite a big step and quite risky, but it doesn't, from the inside, it doesn't feel like that, does it?
No.
So what made you do this?
Well, although we both had well-paid jobs in Aberdeen in the oil industry, I just thought of it as, or I picture it as this, you're glorified battery hens. You go to work 9 o'clock till 5 in the evening, for instance, and to me that's just no life. I mean, you make all that money and what are you going to do with it?
I like to see us like growing our own stuff in the garden, bottling fruit, making jam. I mean, it sounds a bit sad really, doesn't it?
Brilliant.
Obviously there'll be work to do.
Kids running around by this point,
But behind the picture-perfect facade, there's a mountain of work to do. The ground floor is in good order, as is all the period furniture, but the first floor is a total rebuild. At the moment, there are 4 enormous bedrooms that each need an ensuite bathroom. These all require new partition walls, plumbing, electrics, and high-end suites. And to complete the chateau's new first floor layout, Jason and Philippa plan to create a luxurious sitting room for their guests to unwind in. In the chateau's grounds, they also plan to build a swimming pool that they hope will enable them to charge 5-star prices. So what's this space actually going to be in here?
Well, this space is going to be 2 luxury bathrooms, one that end, one this end for the bedrooms that are next door. And then the rest of this area will be a sitting area for the guests.
Yeah, it'd be nice, maybe a bar in the corner.
He's always thinking the right way, isn't he? So tell me what work you've got to do in this space, because you've got your work cut out, I think.
Oh yeah. One of the first jobs is going to be to knock holes through the walls for each bathroom.
These walls are about 2 foot thick.
Takes some doing.
3 foot thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 3 of those to do actually, so.
You've definitely got your work cut out.
Yeah.
Having used up every last penny buying the chateau, the couple have borrowed £65,000 to fund the renovation. But in a house this size, building materials and furnishings will eat up a huge part of their budget. With nothing allowed for labour costs, Jason thinks he can do the build himself. Philippa will work in Aberdeen to make the money to cover their loan, their living costs, and to save for a potential winter without paying guests. So in the short term, you're completely abandoning this guy?
I know, it's going to be really hard because we've not really been apart that much, but it's only for a short period of time and we need to do it to make our life here work. So we'll just have to bite the bullet and give it a go.
So you've set yourself a deadline of finishing this build in May. What happens if you don't get it finished by then?
Well, we will get it finished by then. We have to get it finished by then. We need to be open.
There's no way we're not going to do it.
There's no if, buts or maybes. We will do this and that's it.
This couple's enthusiasm is infectious, but it's the beginning of winter and Philippa is on her way back home to the UK. Jason is going to be left completely on his own, working every waking hour on this massive chateau. And the schedule that he's set himself is relentless and grinding. I just hope for his sake he hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Jason and Philippa met, fell in love and bought a chateau in France's Loire Valley, all within the space of a few months. Their dream is to turn the property into an upmarket B&B, and they've borrowed £65,000 for the renovation. But with nothing budgeted for labour, Jason plans to do the build himself. Philippa will work in Aberdeen to cover their expenses and save up for a potential winter without paying guests. To date, DIY is the limit of Jason's building ambitions. Now he wants to convert the chateau's entire first floor on his own.
Ooh. Make a good health and safety video.
He's got to build 4 giant bedrooms, all with ensuite facilities, along with a luxurious lounge area. All in 6 months, so they don't miss the lucrative summer season. Jason's drawn up a grueling schedule for himself. In the first 8 weeks, he has to create 4 difficult doorways, put in joists, install flooring, stud walls, plaster them, install the plumbing, toilets and tiling, all without any help.
With the amount of money we've got in our budget to do the work and to achieve everything we want to achieve from the budget, then it doesn't really leave a lot for workmen, that sort of thing.
Jason may have managed big projects in the oil industry, but this build is too much for one man, particularly one lacking any experience. I'd estimate it would take 5 builders at least 4 months to get the job done. After 2 weeks of preparation, Jason begins the serious building work, creating 4 new doorways for the ensuite bathrooms.
I don't think I'm going to need to hire any equipment to help me.
But making holes in 3-foot walls isn't easy.
I don't want the wall falling in on me.
After an entire week of hacking away, Jason's not even finished 1 doorway.
As the days developed, a bit of a realisation hit me in the fact that the enormity of the task I've got, because there's just me here. Just the simplest things I found quite difficult. My project plan, which I put together, is perhaps a little bit optimistic at first. I'm now behind already.
And to make matters worse, Jason's desperately missing Philippa.
Yeah, I don't have much in the way of company here. I have a cat. Found it quite difficult. I was in this great big house on my own. I sort of feel quite isolated, a bit lonely really.
1,000 miles away in Aberdeen, Philippa is putting on a braver face.
I try not to think about him too much when I'm at work because I've got to get on with things, but I do miss him a lot and I think about him a lot when I'm, all the time really.
Having spent virtually every night together for the first 9 months of their whirlwind romance, they now face months apart, with Philippa having only the occasional weekend visit to the home and man of her dreams.
Let me show you what I've been doing.
Okay. Bloody hell, I didn't know you'd started on the holes through the wall.
Yeah.
I can't believe you've done that.
Despite Jason's slow progress, Philippa wants to stick to their deadline and budget.
I guess we should be a little concerned about the schedule because we might be falling behind, but if we have help here, then we have to have a different budget. And so at this point in time, I don't think he needs to be having any help here unless it's family and friends that we can...
For now, any concerns Philippa has are outweighed by the magic of the chateau.
When I come back, it reminds me of why we're doing all this and why we're going through it. Because sometimes it still hasn't really sunk in that it's really ours, I don't think. I think I'm still sort of coming to terms with it because it's such a gorgeous place here.
Cheers.
And after just a brief weekend together, the couple face yet another painful separation.
All right, have a nice trip.
Because Philippa's only here a very short time whenever she's here, it's quite difficult because it takes a couple of days, I think, probably for me to settle back into doing what I'm doing here, and it's probably similar for Philippa as well back in Aberdeen. You are a bit emotionally drained and that sort of thing. It's probably been tougher than even either of us thought it would be.
If Jason were here, it would taste a whole lot better than this.
After 8 weeks of solitary hard graft, Jason has started many jobs throughout the house, but finished only one doorway, and the strain is beginning to tell.
Yeah, fucking look at that, man, it's wrong. I guess like one of these end rooms is the size of an average flat. I think there's over 100 joists in here, so it's quite a lot.
In less than 4 months, Jason and Philippa aim to open their B&B. To have any chance of meeting that deadline, I think Jason needs help, and fast.
So how many trips up this staircase do you think you make every day, carrying gear, Jason?
I think depending on what I'm doing, it can be up and down here dozens of times.
God, you must be bloody fit.
Bloody knackered.
I see you've knocked this hole in the wall.
Yes,
which is pretty amazing, really.
it was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be honest. I sort of had down, I thought, a few days, I'll do that. No, a few weeks to do the doorways, literally.
A few weeks?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Now, if I just look at my little pocket here, there's your schedule, this is.
Yes.
With your dates on.
Yes.
And you should have done create doorway into bathroom. Done that.
Taking that
Excellent.
box.
Excellent. Install drainage system. Well, you've done some of that.
Partly.
Not finished. Install central heat and pipe work.
No.
No. Install floor frame work in service rooms.
Done.
You've done that?
Done.
Excellent. We can tick one box. We can tick one. According to your schedule, out of the 16 things on that list, there's probably one finished.
2 finished.
You started 4, 5, 6 of them, but they're nowhere near done. Yeah. To be honest, I think what you've done is amazing. On your own, by yourself, in the middle of France, can't speak the language, got no help. What you've done is fantastic. But I can't see how you can finish this. What I'm getting at is, to have any chance of getting this project finished, you need help.
I know Jason and Philippa think their love will conquer all, but if they don't follow my advice, I fear the B&B won't be ready, and without the income from guests, Philippa will be forced to continue working in Aberdeen. To add to their worries, Jason discovers the electrics in the house keep shorting. But instead of getting professional help, he thinks he can rectify the problem.
The way that the previous owners had wired the place was not correct according to regulations and standards, so I've been having to effectively rework every circuit in the house.
To work on each circuit, Jason has to turn off the power every time, and the switch is 400 yards away.
And then you're back again. Oh.
Jason and Philippa want to open the Chateau to guests in May, less than 3 months away. By now, Jason should have built all the bathrooms, but he hasn't even started the walls. Instead, after 4 weeks, he's still rewiring the house.
Sake, right. That's probably why I've lost a stone in weight. Up and down, up and down. It's going to take me months, and there's going to be several kilometres of cables had to be put in to wire all this. I don't know if I could be classed as being a precision person, but maybe a bit anal, I guess. I don't know. Right, I'm not sure which fucking circuit's
Almost as frustrating as rewiring kilometres of cabling are Jason's trips to purchase materials, severely testing his limited French.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, monsieur.
J'avais une question pour interrupteur.
Un interrupteur, ouais, d'accord.
Yeah, oui.
Ok.
Can you?
Comment?
Yeah. Voulez-vous j'ai switch and
At times like these, Jason misses his French-speaking fiancée, even more than usual.
For me, when Philippa gets here, it finishes the jigsaw. It's like the last piece in it, and everything just clicks because we're together in the place of our dreams, and it's just all, it's great, really.
After a long and testing 2 months apart, Philippa's on her way back to France.
If I could step back in time a year, I mean, my life has so totally changed. I've changed my job, I've changed where I live, I have a new partner, like everything has changed. So it is really like a dream for people to go and do what we're doing.
But the reality for Jason is he's way behind schedule. And he wants Philippa to realise he can't cope alone.
I was chatting with George. You know, he was saying in reality that we're going to need to get some help if we want to meet our deadline.
I mean, I'm a bit concerned about it because from the standpoint of the budget, we've not really budgeted to pay for help.
But for me, it would be nice. I'd feel a bit, because I'm here all the time, and all I see is just a building site. You know, it'd be nice to see something that's finished. You know, might give you a bit more of a boost, won't it?
Paying for extra help for Jason will mean scaling down their plans or eating into their savings for a winter without guests. Next morning, after checking the accounts, Philippa sees sense and calls an electrician for a quote.
Bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour.
We are, how do you say, because we can't,
Probably understands that.
we can't change that now because the previous owners made a real arse of the electrics.
But Jason's 6 weeks of wiring work leaves the electrician equally unimpressed.
This is not good.
Right. And do you want him to give us a quote for doing some of the work upstairs and stuff?
Yes.
The electrician believes it will take 2 months and £6,500 to fix the mess. meaning Jason's wasted crucial time and money.
Well, it's very expensive for us, really, but I don't know. I'll have to talk to Jason and see what we think. What do you think? It's expensive, isn't it?
It is expensive, but I'm thinking of a timescale factor as well.
I know. I think when, I think he'll do the job properly, and at the end of the day, sometimes you get what you pay for,
Even though Jason's inexperience has jeopardised their ability to open their B&B on time and pushed them thousands of pounds over budget, the couple's love for each other is unshakable.
It's amazing how it works between us, because I would say invariably we agree on
nothing.
But I don't know. We just
managed to sort
both
it out.
seem to manage to compromise somehow, and yeah, it's always managed to do.
We complement each other really well. In a way, I think that's sort of part of the way we sort of work together.
But working together is not enough to hit their May deadline, just 6 weeks away. Jason's build is way behind schedule, and the couple face some big decisions.
I think in reality now, we're looking at the end of July as being an opening date.
So where does this new July deadline come from? Why July?
You thought we might have taken on too big a challenge when we told you about what we're doing here at the Chateau, but we maybe rather stupidly have decided to get married as well in July, so we've got that to plan for it as well.
Well, that's fantastic news. Really, really amazing. You must be thrilled.
Yeah, I mean, I think we decided that it would just be such a nice thing to do, wouldn't it? I mean, it's just a bit of a dream come true to get married in your own home somewhere like this. And, we finish the Chateau so we can, we get married and we can show people what we've done and our family and friends. And
it will be nice to have all our family and friends down here to see the place and for the wedding.
This is a wonderful fairy tale romance. Now, I don't mean to shatter Jason and Philippa's dreams, but the new B&B is now 3 months behind schedule. They haven't budgeted for any help, and they've now got the added pressure of organising their wedding. It's going to be a miracle if the Chateau's open in time for their big day. In less than a year, Jason and Philippa met, fell in love, and bought this chateau in France's Loire Valley.
And here's to the rest of our days here.
For the last 5 months, they've been converting the property into their dream home and an upmarket B&B. Now they're planning to marry in the grounds and have just 3 months to finish the place before their wedding day. To keep money coming in, Philippa works in Aberdeen, but with nothing budgeted for labour, Jason is struggling alone with the build. His progress has been slow and it's been costly.
Bonjour, monsieur.
They've missed their original opening deadline. Now they face spending thousands on an electrician to fix Jason's attempt at wiring.
This is not good.
But with money tighter than ever, Philippa has decided to quit her job.
Just totally sick of it. So
it's been really hard.
I think it'd be better in a way to kind of come down here and get started on stuff here, and then if I need to go back at a later date, maybe do that rather than carry on in Aberdeen now.
But almost immediately, Philippa's back in Aberdeen for a crucial appointment.
Oh, that's gorgeous. It's class, Philippa.
On the way back to France, Philippa stops off at her parents' house.
Heavy. We were very happy. Philippa's had a lot of boyfriends, but this is the first time that she's, really been in love, I think. And we're very happy for them. Bye-bye, love. Bye.
Not only does Philippa have her parents' blessing, they've also agreed to foot the bill for her wedding.
See you soon.
Hello.
Not then, anyway.
good to have you back. And in the evenings, because it's a bit lonely here on your own.
I know, I could imagine.
And then we can get all this work done.
Loads to do.
Now back at the Chateau full time, Philippa finally appreciates the scale of the task ahead.
We've got such a lot of work to do here. Because the rooms are so big, it just takes ages to do any job that, you know, you think you can do in a day or whatever, and it ends up taking you 2 or 3 days. We've got this deadline of getting ready for the wedding, so we really have to do what it takes to be ready.
What?
Not keeping us busy enough down here.
There are some things you could do, actually.
What?
It's whether you would want to do them.
For months, Jason and Philippa have had a romantic dream of sharing their life in the Chateau. But now they're both here in the thick of the build, the couple are struggling to work together.
I am finding it a little bit hard settling in, I think. I do feel a little bit like Jason's made a lot of decisions without my input that I would have wanted to have input on. And it's finding the things that I need to do because Jason's been kind of running everything while I've not been here. It's like prisoner cell blockade.
One thing Jason and Philippa agree on is the urgent need for an electrician to fix the faulty wiring job. His bill is £6,500.
Today, I take out the cables.
Despite me telling Jason he needs help months ago, the electrician is the first professional tradesman they've hired. If they want to finish renovating the chateau in time for their wedding, I've got to step in. So Philippa, are you now getting an understanding of the enormity of the task? Just how big a task is that?
It's just a massive task. There's so much to do. You start to worry that, you know, when we're ever going to get it finished, really.
July 29th.
Yeah, it's got to be finished, yeah.
Just keep reminding you of that day,
Yeah.
July 29th, wedding day.
Yeah.
Are you worried at the minute?
I constantly worry,
I don't worry so much.
just because I just think there's so much to do, so little time, but just keep pressing on.
Shall we have a look at what you've done so far and then take a view on it?
Okay.
I want to see the guest bedrooms and bathrooms.
Needs plastering.
Jason spent so long on the chateau's wiring, he's made very little progress since my last visit. So here, plastering, you've got to do the electrics from scratch. You're plastering the ceiling?
Ceiling, yeah.
Ceiling needs to be done, new lights everywhere, floor needs to be sorted out. The old ensuite bathroom problem, where you've knocked this opening through. Plasterboard on the walls, bath, toilets, sink, shower, window needs painting, new door frames, new lights, and tiles. There's lots to do.
You're more depressed than we are.
That's not surprising. I've no idea if they can do it. I'm making a schedule to see if there's any chance the chateau can be open for their big day. 40 square metres of tile. Have you tiled before?
Yeah. Not 40 square metres.
The only way to hit the deadline is to hire labourers, plasterers and tilers.
We need a tiler here and we need a joiner here.
But all this labour will mean more expenditure that they haven't budgeted for. £16,500. The only way Jason and Philippa can afford an extra 16 grand for labour is to scale down their plans. They wanted a swimming pool, but it'll have to wait until the B&B is generating an income. Meeting their wedding deadline is far more important. If you pull these people on and you work to these deadlines that we've set, you could do it.
We'll do it.
We'll do it. Good.
Now that George has left, I think I'm feeling a bit more positive about being able to achieve what we need to achieve.
Even then, we're going to be flat out to get ready.
I know.
I'd say.
I know, we will be flat out.
Despite the extra spend, Philippa's taken my advice and is busy trying to get help. But to find contractors at the last minute in rural France is far from easy.
We've had 2 plasterers here to try and get us a quote for doing all the plastering we need done upstairs, and they basically can't start until November or the end of the year because they're so busy with other work, and they say they don't know anybody else in the area who would be in any different situation.
Not only does she need to find tradesmen, there's also their wedding to organise.
I've got pretty much everything left to arrange for the wedding, so it's good to get started on some of the things. Not sorted out any music, not sorted out the invitations, not really sorted out anything apart from the date.
In nearby Bourges, Philippa gets busy.
Music, we have nothing at the moment.
It depends. Techno, rock, everything. We have everything.
Yeah, really? Ah, très bon le toit, comme ça, yeah.
While his fiancée sorts out the wedding, Jason struck lucky with the build. He's found 3 plasterers, 2 of them Brits, to do the work. The news is music to Philippa's ears.
I just love having Jason around, you know. I like having someone that sorts all my problems out, fixes all my stuff for me. And it's just, you know, it's fantastic having somebody that can do all those things.
After only 2 weeks, the plasterers have made a startling difference.
They've put up the ceilings, put up the walls with the plasterboard, and then they've obviously plastered over the top of that. Well, looking at it, I think, I'll have to check the bills and stuff, but I think we've put in 600 square metres of plasterboard. We had a guy to do the tiling for the bathrooms. The electrician has been sort of coming and going, and he should be finished hopefully next week.
On your own, it'd be too much, it would just be impossible.
Despite all the problems we've had, and any problems we may have, there's no way I would want to go back to what I was doing and give all this up. This is a dream come true, really, to be in this sort of position.
But the rapid progress has meant going thousands over budget. There's absolutely no money in the pot for a swimming pool, and Jason and Philippa may even have to dip into the money reserved for a winter with no guests. Marketing the property is now essential. The B&B is their new livelihood, so the quicker they attract guests, the better.
It's just the worry that we'll be able to make the business work in time. What we've saved will run out, and then, you know, I've got to get another job or the business has to be running. And it's that sort of uncertainty that I find a little bit stressful.
Despite all the progress, Jason's still stressing about getting the building work finished on time.
There's a scary amount of work left to do though when you look at it upstairs, because there's just so much painting that needs doing upstairs. My blood pressure's gone up because I'm 24/7 at work. A bit saturated by it really, I guess.
With costs spiralling, Philippa also faces a punishing schedule.
There's 31 windows in the house, so I've got to make 2 curtains for each. It'll probably take a good day and a half to do maybe 1 set of curtains by the time you've messed around, done the hem and hung them up and everything. It's going to take 4 to 5 days.
The race to finish the build means Philippa's now cutting it fine with her own wedding arrangements.
I've got to sort the priest out. I've got to get wedding rings. I've got to find some clothes for Jason to wear. I've got to sort the drinks out for the wedding. I've got to sort out the seating plan, the decorations in the marquee, and a few little details that need to be sorted out as well.
There are just 4 weeks to the wedding. I'm keen to find out if my action plan has helped bring their dream any closer.
How are you? You well?
Thank you.
Good to see you. Hi,
Hiya.
Philippa. How's it all going?
Well, pretty well.
Shall we go and have a look?
Yeah.
Hello there, look at you. That's sweet. This space is looking good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moved on.
Yeah, okay.
Which is great. It's beautiful, really. Still a bit of work, but it looks
Still a
good.
bit of work, but it's
It's getting there.
it's 3/4 of the way there.
But you've made a massive push over the last month or so. Huge.
Yeah, I mean, getting the plasters, the guys that we had in, I mean, that's made the difference. Yeah.
Now, are you going to be ready to be open for business? That's the big question. Is this building going to start earning some money for you?
We haven't done enough work on our marketing.
So why are you so behind on your marketing?
Well, we've been concentrating on doing the work, I guess, and everything else. I mean, there's only so many hours in the day that we can fit everything in.
I just have this image, and I might be being a bit too miserable here, of the two of you sitting here on your own all the way through winter, beans on toast.
Every clothes in our wardrobe.
Yeah, exactly. No heating on, not even turning the tap on for much water, and no guests, and you're skinned.
No, I mean, hell, even if it does boil down to that, it's all right because Philip was here.
You'll just get on with it.
We'll manage, yeah.
Yeah, we'll manage.
So how's all the wedding plans going then? Good? Or not good?
It's all a bit last minute, but hopefully it'll be there by the day. It's been quite stressful because it's just trying to find all those people in France is difficult, and we had to drive for 2 hours to find someone that was willing to conduct the wedding service. We had to go and meet them, and then we've still not got anyone to play any music in the church.
This is turning into, quite a beautiful romantic story, really.
Maybe a little, but
come on,
no, it
it's
is. It is. It's but it's everything that we hoped it would be, and more really, because we're both together now here. We're planning our wedding, which will be perfect. Everything's just falling into place. It's great.
What could go wrong in a place like this with the wedding?
Don't ask me questions like that.
Progress has admittedly been impressive, but Jason and Philippa are now totally on their own. With all the wedding arrangements still to make and the monumental task of decorating these enormous rooms.
I can't quite believe that they've got this far. After 8 months of slogging away at this build, Jason and Philippa have just got 4 weeks until their deadline, and they're going to have a massive push to have any chance of getting the bed and breakfast ready for their first guests, their friends and family invited to their wedding.
For the last 9 months, Jason and Philippa have been struggling to transform this chateau in France's Loire Valley into a luxury B&B. In just 2 days' time, 150 guests will descend on the chateau for their wedding.
Wow. Look at that. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Oh.
Well done, mate. Are you all right?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
Fine, thank you.
All ready for the guests?
Pretty much there now, yeah.
Just
Bit of a difference, eh?
This is brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. I mean, stunning curtains, beautiful coloured walls. The wallpaper's great. Looks like the perfect place that you'd want to stay in France.
I think so.
We think so, yeah.
Using their incredible eye for detail, Philippa and Jason have totally transformed the first floor into an elegant living space that echoes the splendour of this early 19th century chateau.
We think we've created a house that anybody that walked in would be, they'd be shocked and amazed and impressed.
It's nice to see it all come together and look so good together.
They've not only created an upmarket B&B, they now have their dream home.
Yes, it was a beautiful house in the first place, but it didn't have any character, did it? It didn't have anything to it. And look at it now, you've brought this place to life.
Each of the 4 giant guest bedrooms is individually designed, using furniture that came with the house and some bought at local French antique markets. But it's the transformation of this once derelict space into a luxurious ensuite bathroom that most impresses me, especially given the agony Jason suffered on the way.
Wow. I mean, this is luxury, super luxury. And Jason, just knocking through these walls was a mammoth task, wasn't it? I mean, the amount of work in here.
There was no waste system, there was no plumbing system, there was no electrics, there was no floors, there was no ceilings, there was no nothing.
And what I love about what you've done is you've positioned the bath perfectly so that when you're lying there, you look out the window.
Yeah, you've got such a fabulous view out of there.
So come on then, I want to see more. What should we see next?
We'll take you through to the salon.
The salon? Yeah. Oh, that sounds very French and very posh.
It is.
The couple's original plan was to complete the build with £65,000. They've come in on budget, but only because they scaled down their plans and did without a swimming pool. Jason and Philippa want to build a pool as soon as they can afford to, but as they've done no marketing, money is understandably tight.
The house is actually quite expensive to run. It costs about £3,000 a month to run, what with the taxes, all the bills, the money that we need to repay on our loan. So it's a lot of money going out every month.
Yeah. But you've had nothing coming in for some time, so you're under even more pressure now.
I could go back and do some more work, which is something that we might have to think about. But at the minute, we're trying not to think about that, but you know, that is something that I could do.
We can just about cope.
Until next year.
Cope going through winter again, as long as we only, ration sort of a tin of beans a day.
For now, Jason and Philippa will struggle financially, but you just know that in the long run, this labour of love really will pay dividends. They've created a luxurious B&B they should be really proud of. It's a sort of place guests will want to return to time and time again.
Describe to me what the journey has been like that you've made over the last year.
You get these pilgrims that go on a trip to Mecca or something. It's kind of, we've gone on doing something like that, and we've reached the Holy Land or whatever, and this is it. It's just amazing.
And it just all seems worth it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you look at what you've achieved here, it's the stuff of dreams. You could never have imagined this a year and a half ago, could you?
I don't know, I guess it's a fairy tale, really.
I wake up each morning and can't believe how lucky I am, because I've got the best fiancé in the world, and we're getting married in 2 days' time, and we live in this fantastic house, and our life just couldn't be more perfect.
I have to say, I feel absolutely privileged to have followed Jason and Philippa's romantic fairy tale story. In just 18 months, they met, fell in love, and set out on an epic journey to create a life that most people would spend years just dreaming about. And now, they're about to get married. And what's wonderful is that this is just the beginning of the rest of their lives together.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
I pronounce that they are husband and wife